Finally, a DIY security camera with 24/7 power, Wi-Fi, local storage, a spotlight, a wide-angle view, and clear video. Because obviously, that's all us consumers are asking for. Let's see if this thing actually delivers. Pretty much every security camera out there lacks one thing that you wished it had. It's usually one of the following. Not powered by an outlet, because most houses have one outlet, one in the front and one in the back, and they're not usually convenient. The camera doesn't have a spotlight, making it hard to see at night. The camera has a narrow field of view, making it easy to miss action going on. Or there's no local storage. The Reolink Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi camera has all of this covered for you. So installing this floodlight camera was pretty simple. It replaces your existing outdoor light. It mounts right to the fixture. After pulling the old light off, you're going to attach the metal bracket to the fixture box. Then secure the mounting plate using the center screw. They even built in a level, which is super handy, so that way you're not eyeballing it. Once it's lined up and tightened, you can wire the camera to it. They made it easier with a little hanging hook, so that way you're not juggling the wires and the hardware trying to get this thing wired up. After wiring it up, just attach the camera with 2 screws and pop in the rubber caps that seal it all up and make it look nice and clean. Clean, easy, and no surprises. Well, hopefully you found no surprises. Sometimes you find surprises in the lighting fixture. Reolink also made it possible for you to mount this on the wall without a light fixture. They provide you with a power cord that you can plug into the wall. That way, if you don't have a good fixture location, you don't have to use it, and you can install this wherever you want on the wall. Now looking at the camera, this is the Reolink Elite Floodlight Cam, and it's built on the Argus 4 Pro platform. This means that you get the slick dual lens, 180-degree field of view, to 2 lenses stitched everything together seamlessly with one ultra-wide 4K video feed at 20 frames per second. It's got dual spotlights pumping out 3000 lumens, and you can tweak those both brightness and color temperature. You can do this for your liking. For storage, you've got options. Pop in the microSD card for 512 gigs, or you can pair it with Reolink's Home Hub or NVR. There are no monthly fees, and it even supports RTSP and OnViv. The smart motion detection covers people, vehicles, and pets. Plus, it has advanced alerts like line crossing, zone intrusion, and loitering. It runs on dual band Wi-Fi 6 and works with Alexa and Google. Solid package all around. Now before we get into talking about the video quality, I wanted to talk about Reolink's AI video search. This is something that will be coming out pretty soon here. It should be July sometime. I know it's July now, but it should be coming out with a firmware update soon. Basically how this works is instead of scrolling through the recorded videos trying to find something that you want to see, you can simply search terms like white car or red bird. It will go through your footage and use AI to find those pieces of information that are recorded, so that way you can quickly see a white car or multiple footages of white car. Maybe a car showed up and it was red and you want to look for that, you can do that with this. It's quick and easy. You don't have to skim the footage timeline to find that red car. Let's take a quick look at the video quality during the daytime, nighttime with night vision, nighttime with floodlights on, and you're going to see the audio quality that this thing has. For some reason, the audio wasn't coming through as loud as it shows on my phone, so instead I will just talk through this here. Here's the quality of the video during the daytime. As you can see, it's sunny out, and you can see the wide angle view here during the daytime. Pretty good here. At nighttime, here's me walking to the backyard, and there are no lights on. And this is what you see with night vision. As you can see, the whole backyard looks like it's painted with a light, but it's not. So you can see quite a bit going on here. And then you'll be able to see up close here, it's kind of blown out a little bit. You can adjust this a little bit. If you don't like this, you can tone it down a little bit and it won't be so blown out when they're really, really close. But also this will also tone down what's behind, you know, like in the backyard and whatnot. So it's not too bad. You just can't really tell exactly who I am. But here's the lights on. These are on full blast. Notice how it lights up my whole backyard. I got a 5,000 square foot backyard and it lights up the whole backyard. I can even use that light to go back and get something in my shed, which is super nice. This is going to be a big deterrent to anybody that's coming to the house. So as you can see here, it's kind of blown out a little bit. I do have the lights on max brightness, so just keep that in mind. You can lower it down. You can also change the color temperature if you want to as well, but as I walk away further, you can see me a little bit better here too. Let's take a quick run through the smartphone app and its features. So here is the app. I got multiple cameras for Reolink set up. Up here, I can see it's wide angle, so I can go ahead and click in it, and it'll give me a live view. Right now, here's a live view of my backyard. So I can pause the video, I can listen in. Right now I'm listening in. I can take a quick snapshot, I can record video. I can change whether it's high quality or low quality, and I can even put this into landscape mode. Down below, I can hit this to talk, and as well, I can look and play back. At the very top right, I have, I can turn on the siren, I can turn on the spotlight, I can do 4 camera view, so I can put all 4 cameras up, and then I can go to settings. So I'm going to settings here, and this gives me an idea of what's going on with my device. The display allows me to kind of adjust the brightness, adjust anti-flicker, adjust basically what I want with this based on brightness and shadows. The basic Reolink setup that you can use. Sounds allows me to record sounds. I definitely want to do that. Light, this is where you can set up if you want the status light to be enabled, how you want the floodlight to work. So if you want the floodlight to turn on when there's motion, or if you want it on at all times when it's nighttime, it depends on what you want to do. Infrared lights, I have that on auto because when the lights turn on, I don't need the infrared lights on. Detection alarm, this will allow you to either set a detection zone or a no-go zone, sensitivity, object sizes, alarm delay, and then you can also motion mark it, which is basically this is what that does, is it will move with the object that's moving. So that way you can tell if there's what's moved. Camera recording's on, push notifications are on, email alerts I don't have on, but you can upload to an FTP. The siren's off. I don't need the siren going off. Home up, I don't need the siren going off either. I really don't need that information or that stuff going on. Time lapse, right now I've got it set to show a time lapse of sunset. So basically you can do an hour of time lapse or 2 hours time lapse, and it'll automatically do that with automation. Advanced gets you to reboot, and then the installation method goes through how to install this more. And then if you click on the camera here, it gives you more information about the camera as well as firmware updates. And that is it. Here are my final thoughts. So I already have a backlight security camera set up. Kind of. It's tucked in the corner of the house, so it only catches a portion of the yard. Basically everything except where anything interesting might happen. But luckily, I got the perfect spot for the Reolink Elite Floodlight camera. A light fixture smack dab in the middle of my house. It's practically begging for a wide-angle dual lens upgrade. I was a little skeptical at first, mainly because I was wondering if it's still going to detect motion pretty good with my deck blocking part of the view. My deck is pretty big and it's in the middle of the backyard, well not backyard, but in the middle of my back of my house, and I was worried that there's a lot of dead zones. But in fact, it spotted me out pretty quick and it mildly freaked me out. That 180-degree field of view, it's the chef's kiss. I can see everything from fence to fence, plus a little bonus, a little bit more than just the fence. I can see my neighbor's yard. I'm not saying I'm spying, but I do know they haven't mowed this week. If they catch this video, I guess I'll find out if they mention it. And those floodlights, they're blindingly bright. Like, did the sun just rise in my yard kind of bright? They pop on with motion and are definitely enough to scare off raccoons, intruders, squirrels, and even me, because I forgot that I installed them. So long story short, the Reolink Elite Floodlight camera, yeah, it checks all the boxes for me. Great coverage, smart detection, neighbor lawn accountability. What more could you want? If you found this video helpful, please leave me a like and feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for more tech reviews, home automation, and home automotive how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.